Hello everyone, it's Darren Moose. How are you all doing today? I know it's been a while since the last video, but you know how life goes. You get busy, you forget things, and yada yada. But I know that's my fault because I gotta keep a consistency for people to come see me. Um, but yeah. So I'm doing this video. I'm hoping it won't be too long because I know people are uh they'll want to watch a video for like half an hour, which I haven't made, but you know how it goes. Anyway, uh, welcome to another Wednesday, another day of living, which I just put up there because the second part, another day of living, reminds me of I think it was a Chicago song or something like that. Like I just want to celebrate another day of living. That song. Um, I don't I don't know if it's Chicago, but that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, I wanted to make it because today I want to talk about a few things. Plus, I got a comment, like my first ever comment. It wasn't on like YouTube or whatever, but it was on Twitter, and it was the first comment ever. Which it's gonna be a weird one because I don't understand. Um, what was it? I don't understand. You know, uh, what they meant by what they said, but it is what it is. Um, so before I show, so here I'm gonna show it. So it was on Twitter. Now my Twitter name's different than my name on the channels because and small explanation is a long time ago I did have Darren Muth as a handle on Twitter, but there's a point where it's like, you know what, I'm tired of social media. I just want to get rid of it. I want to be gone, and so I deleted it. Um, and unfortunately, you can't get that back. So yeah, so I made up another one and I go by that one, but I've been posting links to there for my videos. So if you're from there, thank you. If not, thank you as well for seeing these videos. Before we go any further, give a like and subscribe if you enjoy, or give a comment. You can whatever comment you want to give, uh, good or bad, helpful criticism, whatever, just to know that people are alive and that I'm not alone in the universe. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, just something. Anyway, continue on. So on Twitter I got this comment which was a bit weird, but I'll share it anyway because it's the first comment I've ever gotten about one of my videos. So let's see. Uh, yes. Okay. So where am I at? So it was for my review of the Haunted Mansion, and this was my what I put. Yes, I was trying to be funny, but who doesn't try? Um, and then Kava, he's a good dude. So there's no bad blood here. But he says, I mean this in the nicest way as possible. You sound so fruity. And then I ask, fruity? Because I don't know what he means by that. Because you could go a number of ways. Either he's gay or just because of the sound. I don't know. I know when I've been recording my voice on here that when I listen to it, it sounds weird. Or it sounds like I have a list, but I'm not too sure. So it is what it is. But continuing on from that, I put that as well as like, I know I don't sound the greatest, but fruity is an interesting take, to say the least. Thank you for at least replying to one of my videos. You are the first. Which is true because I haven't had a comment on any of my videos that I've posted. Well, I haven't had a comment on any of my videos, through YouTube or Rumble. And some get views, some don't. But that's the way it is. Where am I? There we go. Stop sharing. Get out of that. So anyway, but yeah, it was the things like, what does he mean by fruity? What does that even mean? So so I've had that thought all day. Like, what does that even mean? So I may try to go look up later, but who knows? Maybe it's an Urban Dictionary thing. But I digress. I know my voice may sound weird and all that stuff, but It is what it is. I'm not gonna try to do opera on this thing. That'd be weird in itself. Um, but anyway, but yeah, that was. I just wanted to share that because I felt like that was the first real comment I've gotten on any of the vids I've ever posted. And again, I do post links there on my Twitter as well. So all in good fun. But I don't harbor any hate or anything against Kava because he's not a bad person. He was just the weirdest thing. Like it sounds fruity. What? Maybe like the Dole Company or something? I don't know. But so I did that, and that's been an interesting time. But so yeah, I also had a that you didn't see. Maybe you saw, but you didn't see. But it was about content creation or content creators. And the funny thing is that there's been a whole spew of the whole XQC ordeal and all that. And you've probably seen a lot of content creators talk about it or whatever. But I wanted to just leave a thought out there of what you personally think about React or whatever. Because I know there are React channels out there that um, they do all right. They just react because React channels is just showing an emotion, maybe giving some commentary or whatever. And sometimes they just leave like enough pauses. But you know how fair use is. You have to give enough pointage of commentary, pauses, or whatever in order for you considered fair use. But YouTube's a bit finicky on that stuff, so you know how it goes. Um, but yeah, I've seen the discussions on content creators, and my thing is that content creators get all called all sorts of names and blamed for all sorts of things and all that. But I view content creation as something that many people want to do. And the reason for me is many people want to do it because if they get big enough, they get paid well, by the people that support them, and so they can do these many things. Now, of course, they get taxed more because they're self-employed. Because that's the thing they don't tell you. That's the thing they don't tell you is you get taxed more because you're self-employed, but you get to write stuff off and all that jazz. Um, but for me, in my perspective, content creation allows you to share maybe something of yourself that you create or that you find interesting that you want to share with everyone. Sort of like the live social media, the live video version of like, oh, here's my reaction, here's my thoughts, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff, which I'm doing now. But it was a weird thing when it's like, well, content creation isn't really much new except for the technology of which content creation is in. And then you have, the internet and all the stuff that we use to communicate beyond just a telephone, which, started out as a landline, then it came into like the big block of a walking phone. You have a cordless phone, they used to call it. And then going from that to a cell phone, then a smartphone. It's been an uprise in technology itself, but um, it's been one of those things where it's just content creation seems like it's become a muddled thing of people that want to share something, people want to share talent, and people just want to make it for trying to make money because everyone wants to get rich in the path of least resistance. So they want to. It's the same thing with like the OnlyFans, right? Why all the girls or a majority of girls sign up for OnlyFans is because they see the other people do it and get lots of money, and they want to do it for the same action as to make lots of money. So there's some content creators out there that are trying to do it so they can make lots of money, which isn't a really good key for doing that stuff. But I digress. It is one of the reasons. Another reason is to share talent, to share what the artwork, some form of themselves. And yeah, I think in a way I do that too, or I just view this as like a diary, like, oh, he's talking about this again. When is it gonna be done? And all that stuff. But anyway, and there's some other things I have to learn too. Like I'd like to do a live, but I can't. I can't do a live on Rumble because I've done a live on YouTube, and go and check it out if you like on the live tab. I can't do a live on Rumble because you either have to have 5 people or you have to pay for a certain type of membership or something in order to do it. Which I'm like, I'm not going to spend any more money. It's like I've already spent enough money on buying a better Wi-Fi ordeal. Which if you see that guy right there, that was like 40 something bucks, but I needed to because my internet was a little off. Oops. This is gonna be interesting. Yes, I wear shorts. Well, for right now, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have to put my hand up. It's one of those things you shouldn't have taken out the camera for because I can't. There we go. Okay. All right. So people are like, I can see half of him now. Where's his face? Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I'll show my face one day. I don't look like the most attractive person in the world. So, and believe me, I am working out. See the bulges? Oh, see the bulges of my veins? And all that stuff. So, but anyway, but yeah, I really want to continue doing this, even though I've kind of gotten a bit lazy at being consistent. But I digress. There's always something to talk about, always some silliness to pursue in this line of work, I guess. But I have a full time job, so can't really do this all the time. Live streams are going to be something I have to figure out because I wanted to try to do gaming, but my thing is I'm worried my computer won't be able to handle it while live streaming. It should be up there enough, but I digress. I may, for me, I think I may start it with doing. I know it's old hand, very old hand, but Minecraft. But instead of just regular Minecraft, it's modded Minecraft. And there's a mod pack that I really like doing from a long time ago. And I may try that after we download it and stuff and test. But that may be something I try in the future. It's an idea, and I wrote down a few ideas of what I like to do. So I also thought about doing, uh, but since my camera isn't the greatest, but I'd really like to show more of that McCall book I showed a while back. And not just the writings that the person up behind in the drawings, but of the how they did their spelling stuff back in the day. It may not be too different, but 1920s to now could be quite different. So I want to do that and a bunch of other things too. You know, even if I don't get even if I don't get 1,000 views per, just the journey there is enough to try. And that's always something. Like I thought about doing videos before, as I mentioned, I think in a previous video, I thought about doing videos before, but never really got the guts to do it. And then I was like, hey, you know what? It's time. Let's try. And it's been all right so far. I feel like I've just been a rambling mess for the most of it and just movie reviews. But you know what? It's been interesting so far, and I want to have fun with this. So, uh, but now it's time to come to end the show because I've hit that point where it's almost time for bedtime. So I gotta get up in the morning, unlike some people, or people's work time is different than mine. But anyway, I want to thank all of you who watched us, who come and watch it, whether it's from Twitter, on Rumble, or YouTube. Thank you all. And again, if you could please leave a like or a share or whatever, and maybe give an honest comment or a silly comment or a stupid comment, whichever you want to put down, because it really does help out in me understanding of like what people would like to see talk about, or if there's a favorite item they like hear about, like maybe a show or something, just to have an opinion on, like, oh, this person may have an opinion on something I like. Will they agree? Will they disagree? Who knows? But yeah. Oh, also, just to be what time it is. So it's about 9. It's 9:48, but I think it started around like 9:46 or 47. Nope, actually, it's 14 minutes. So it'd be about 9:30. 9:34, 9:35, somewhere around there. But yeah, I was like showing that because like in a off a tangent. I do have a journal, so it's not a diary, but journal, and I would write the date, time, and the weather temp, just to give some idea what's going on today. I haven't written it recently, but I digress. It's been a long time. Anyway, sorry for that. I know I go off a bit, but whatever. But again, thank you so much. I hope to see you again. Oh, and that's right. I forgot to do it the last two times, so let's do two different lines in two different directions, and see what we get. So we got that, and then we got that. Almost looks like the Little Dipper or Big Dipper, actually. But anyway, so thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you again in the future if you want to. I know I'm not the greatest, but hey, every day is a chance to try something and do something, you know? So thank you all. Have a wonderful night. La la la. Have a good night. Bye.